Yeah. Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. This is the last Friday night line for 2017. Good evening, Anthony. First out of the gate. Yeah. So, it's the last Friday night line. Are we gonna line? Are we gonna talk some stupidness? I don't want you. But we have some serious issues to deal with because it's a show that deals with serious issues and it's not just a line. So we have to deal with them things too. So I don't have to start high and take you low and then level you back off. I don't have to start low and then take you high and leave you in a good mood. I have stitches in my mouth, so and I have a little bit of pain. And so I can't drink nothing. This is water. People keep asking me, what do you drink? All I drink is water. My friends can tell you I'm a cheap date. 2 beers and I'm anybody's. I don't really drink alcohol. Anyway. Audio low. Reshma Maraj, you sure? The audio low is on your side because I talk at one volume all the time. And I think that is the same system that I use and nothing's changed. So if the audio is low, turn up your volume and see if that's the problem. Put out a video earlier today about that poor woman. If you're hearing the explosions around me, this is not Gaza, this is not Aleppo, this is Trinidad and we're in Diego Martin, and there are some people who have more money than sense. And even though rain falling, them outside they're busting fireworks because they have nothing else to do with their life or their time. And I guess, yeah, I don't understand that, but it's in such an absolute minority that years gone by that we can't even give it any kind of thing. And I think God has a sense of humor because this looked like it's going to be one wet Christmas. And that's perfect. I hope Olia's night drunk Olia's night. So they can't light a flicking firework. But you know what's absolutely funny? The same WASA that puts out a notification that you will not have water because it's dry season, put out a notification today that you will not have water because it is wet season. And I'm trying to understand. Is it that WASA cannot work when it's dry or when it's wet? They can work any other time. So, what is WASA's real job? What's their job? They obviously have a difficulty actually managing water. And what is the first word in their name? It's the Water and Sewage Authority. I think with a name like authority, you would know the hell you're doing by now. How could too much rain shut down WASA? Kind of confusing for me. Anyway, last Friday night line, somebody sent me a meme. I swear it is probably the funniest thought. Whoever came up with that, because the funniest thought that I thought was a funny thought for a while was there was this sign that I saw on a wall, and it said, "Bill stickers will be prosecuted." You know, people who go and post up all kind of posters on people's wall, they call them bills, and they say bill stickers will be prosecuted, and somebody else wrote with a marker underneath it, bill stickers is innocent. And I found that so funny. And because I like that kind of, you know, critical thinking doesn't have to be serious. Critical thinking is just, I use my logic to see the world a different way. I loved it. Somebody sent me a meme that says, if cars ever learned how to fly, WASA would find a way to dig up the sky. And my God, that is a funny thought. Whoever came up with that meme, take all the wins. Take all the wins in the world. That was funny beyond funny. If cars ever learned to fly, WASA would find a way to dig up the sky. We play a little music when we're going in. Let me play something that will lead us in to what I want to talk about.
Paul, your mama is calling you.
Remember the song? Remember this song? Share the video. Call them inside early now. It's 8 o'clock. Where them? You know this song? The name of this song is Paul Your Mother Come. Paul, your mother come.
All your mother come. They try to make she push, but she tell me. All your mother come. All your mother come. What happened to you? You not talking to. Your mother come from America. All your mother come. All your mother come.
Remember that?
All your mother come. All your mother come.
Find John Prince for me. Drag that son of a bitch, Paul Prince, head of the Telecommunications Authority of Trinidad and Tobago. Plaster his ears against this screen somewhere. Let him hear, because I want to read the Telecommunications Authority of Trinidad and Tobago advisory against playing that song. When? When? Put out a big release today. John Prince. Need to fire your ass. PNM? Yes, PNM? You want to play politics with a state organization, a statutory body? Fire your ass. Where is the International Women's Network? Paul, your mother come. With them. They should be rending their garments, pulling out their weave. They should be crying long tears. Paul, your mother come. I could remember when we used to be wailing that song, boy. Listen now. Paul, your mother come. Now, the reason I'm playing Paul, your mother come is because now somebody tell me today, Philip, we want to vote for you, but you can't call people the Fat Ass Brigade. But it's Eric Williams named them the Fat Ass Brigade. And there's an answer to it. Right? I'm not calling them the Fat Ass Brigade after this. Fat Ass Brigade. That's the last one. The PNM Women's League, who are they only allow themselves to get moist and tearful when it affects PNM people. Crazy could have sing Paul, your mother come, and Paul, your mother gone. They didn't care that. Like the woman who they find today in the forest. They find a woman missing her vagina and her breasts and her legs and her hands. Fire truck she not mattering to we on Balize business. So they find this jackass, John Prince. And John Prince wrote a letter to Louis Leasing, former PNM mayor. Louis Leasing, when I tell you all something, take notes, bookmark it. 2 days later, you're going to see it in the public media. We are always ahead of the game. So I tell you, Louis Leasing's son, Darren Leasing, he is head of the Trinidad and Tobago Publishers and Broadcasters Association for the past 25 years. He like Gregory Aboud and Doba. You see, them is El Jefe, Presidente for life. Banana Republic bullshit now. Grab power and seize it. People can't understand. Philip don't even have a post in the PEP. The Jericho Project, I founded the Jericho Project 23 years ago. I have no title. I have no post. I get nothing. I just help. I am the least. I want the least. If you know me, my partner Carter just tell me, boy, on a Tuesday, you like to be on the beach with Shaq and bake around your mouth. That's me. I don't want rowley walk. I don't want camera walk. I really don't want to be doing none of this. But this is not about me. These little tiny egos, these little tin pot emperors like Darren Leasing, Presidente for life of the Trinidad and Tobago Publishers and Broadcasters Association, it have 3 members. So when they have an election, 3 members. That organization have 3 members. That's a pin. I want to expose these sons of bitches and their daughters to you. Louis Leasing's son, Darren Leasing, is the head of the Trinidad and Tobago Publishers and Broadcasters Association forever. His wife, Laurel Lizama Leasing, was the woman that Manning put to run instead of Penelope Beckles, which caused the East-West corridor to vote against the PNM and vote the COP into office, which gave you the People's Partnership. Stick up in there. What Laura Lizama Leasing is famous for is she got $500,000 from the scholarship fund, not the scholarship fund, because when it was exposed, it turned out to be one big racket, one big skull, one big abuse of public funds by the PNM to reward PNM members and journalists. The amount of journalist names who get called. Laura Lizama Leasing get $500,000 to study. She has studied one good day. She never paid back the money. That was state treasury money. She's a alderman today. A PNM alderman getting more taxpayer money. All you know what they're dealing with? So when PNM John Prince got out a picture today with, and hey, Chantal Mondi, I know you don't like when I say this, but you see Camille Robinson, Weave Me Alone, Regis, that is she name. Because Camille Robinson took state funds to buy a weave. And you must hang that round the neck forever. Don't ever forget that. Anytime people abuse public office or the perks of public office, don't let them wiggle. Don't let me everybody who have a weave taking it personally. Kiss my ass with that. This is for Camille. This is for Camille. And to find a picture with Camille and John, chummy. John, your Balize draw is showing. Because of everybody you could have think to jump out and fight. You fight massive normal go sign. When you never send, and the Telecommunications Authority of Trinidad and Tobago, of which you are the head, and I read your letter. You have a lawsuit, you know. I know they go sue your ass. Mr. Darren Leasing, President, Trinidad and Tobago Publishers and Broadcasters Association. The matter at caption concerns broadcast content, Rowley mother count. Regulation of the telecommunication and broadcast sectors is governed by the Telecommunications Act, Chapter 4731, the Act. This legislation establishes and empowers the authority to regulate the telecommunications and broadcasting sectors, including the management of spectrum. That is all the bandwidth around Trinidad and Tobago, anything they broadcast in. It has recently come to our attention that the song Rowley Mother Count by Massive Go Sign contains lyrics which may prove to be inappropriate and denigrating to women with particular reference to mothers. Now I know this son of a bitch didn't listen to the song, because I just give you Paul, your mother come, and Rowley Mother Count, same thing. Same thing. Bread and butter, bread and margarine, same thing. But we're going to read Rowley Mother Count whole song tonight. We're going to read that whole song. And then I want John Prince and the rest of the fat-ass brigade, sorry, I went back on my word, to find where in that song it disrespects mothers more than Paul, your mother come, Paul, your mother come, because we had a time with that. You see, they twisting and they turning and they doing all kind of gymnastics because Rowley is a son of a bitch. And that son of a bitch can't believe that people want to rough him up the way they roughing him up. They want to cuss him. And he vex. He vex. He vex. And popping Viagra and throwing it back with Hennessy tonight. Vex. That son of a bitch don't want people to be able to say things about him. And he and they will abuse whatever little authority they think they can abuse. But you see, it's a different time. And he's not going to get away with it this time. And he is going to learn the hard way that we are not allowing him and Baghdad, Gaddafi, Saddam, Arawi, and the rest of the bandit clan to roll roughshod over our democracy. We're not allowing it. I got a message today from somebody based foreign that tell me Maxi Coffee dead. He ain't just brain dead. He dead. And if that is true, Stuart Young, if you, Stuart Young, put out a release on the MP for La Haketa Talparo page to fool the public, you write a letter for a dead man, we in different water. May his soul rest in whatever he deserves. Me, I ain't going down that road tonight with this. I waited for confirmation. But I have been reliably informed that Maxi Coffee dead. So you can't get proof of life. They write a letter in a time when all you needed to debunk PHILLIP and silence PHILLIP was a 3 minutes video with Maxi ugly face saying, hey peeps, I'm up here in Washington cooling my stones, having a time, and I'm coming home, I'm well rested, thank you for the 12,000 US a day, it helped me out good. Even though I wasn't legally entitled to it, thank you for it. And I'm coming home to stunt some more. That's all. That's all. We're going to be happy. Maxi alive, cool. The next thing we want to talk to you about is the legality of the 12,000 US a day. But let's take it in steps. Because even if Maxi dead, I want to know who authorized the 12,000 US a day. I want to know. You see, all the people who have the ass twists and they don't know what is the correct things to look at, don't worry. You stay twist. I know what is the correct things we have to focus on. We have to focus on the law. We have to focus what is legal, what is right, and what is just. And that is where I come into the conversation. You see, them could trade PNM and UNC bullshit till they're dead. That's not my concern. My concern is this. If Maxi Coffee dead, Stuart Young, you're in serious trouble. Because the Parliament now has to consider that what you did was contempt of Parliament and abuse of parliamentary privilege. So even though you're a member of Parliament, your privileges need to be revoked and you need to be banned from the Parliament. And we then need to identify who else in the cabinet was part of this conspiracy. Was it only Stuart Young or is Keith Rowley and the rest involved? All of that has to be discussed. But they want us to discuss Rowley mother account. And I think that a lot of what is going on, and only because it is such a watershed. You see, normally I would ignore this. They have things they throw out to distract us. Me, I don't touch it at all. Let's see. I just leave it. I don't put an opinion on it. But you see, this is a watershed. Because let's put things in the public space. When you go in the grandstand for Dimash Gra, they don't have no Indian people there at all. Because no Indian people want to come in the grandstand to listen to Krokro and Aloes and them denigrate and embarrass and humiliate people based on their ethnicity. Nobody want that. I listened to a man sing a calypso about kidnap them. Kidnap them. That is raw sedition. Where was John Prince or whoever his predecessor was? Where were they? But we will go, Mr. Prince, because I will see you in a court of law. If I have to sue you personally, I'll tell you something. If you ban that song, because only playing Mother is the fulcrum, no problem. I want us to sing Rowley murder count. I want to name every one of the 502 black people dead this year. Rowley murder count. That's the song we want to sing. A Rowley murder count, pimento and sweet potato. I want to give you a video with the faces of every one of those little black children. You stunting son of a bitch. All you think, all you gain away. Listen, man. The Constitution of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago is the supreme law. We're going back to that. All of this now, and Trinidad, this government fall. It fall. They just don't, they're afraid to admit it. And they're trying to grab and take wherever they could. They're trying to grab fast, all them little financiers, all of them who put money to make Rowley look like a real option for a prime minister. He never was. He never was. His handlers used to tell me during the election, boy, it's a tight leash and a strong gag we have on this bitch. When I tell you, I mean, all I remember Ravina. Ravina nearly cost them the whole election. It nearly cost them the whole election. A ripe breadfruit pass, my boy get distracted. He like a rotten dog in heat. This whole stink and dirty PNM. Today, the Fat Ass Brigade put out a release, you want me to read it for you, saying that all the stories on all of the ministers and all of the MPs is fake news. But Stuart Young wife who work in Ernst & Young throw his ass out and went in Ernst & Young and carry on. That is how we get the information, Maria. We get the information straight from the horse's mouth. And Asha Javid and Stuart Young missing in action. The only thing Asha surfaced to say was the pretty little Indian girl that we see gyrating in the video wasn't she. Alright, we take that. We ain't here yet on the Stuart Young allegation. You ain't talking that. Yesterday we had to deal with Judy Raymond on Newsday. Judy Raymond on Newsday. Newsday put out an editorial, Judy Raymond stunting for her ex-man Rowley. This is where we at in our national conversation. That we have to pick apart everything that is said to find the agenda and the truth. Nothing is real. You can't take nothing on face value. John Prince jump out himself to tell them, ban, this is censorship. And you're going to censor Rowley Mother Count. You're going to censor this song. We play Rowley Mother Count for them. Just listen to the words of this song.
This is massive cosine, and I'm giving you an account. Rowley Mother Count, Rowley Mother Count, Rowley Mother Count, Rowley Mother Count. Hey!
So far, Rowley Mother Count. Those three words have been said. Rowley Mother Count. Which is the bad word there? Rowley Mother or Count? When we're done, everything you will see, you will see how all of this, bringing everything, every office of state, every position, you will see how every high salaried public servant in this country, how all of them getting dragged out in this thing, Because up to this moment, I have not heard the announcement about email gate, the real fake news, but we'll come back to that. Let me deal with Rowley Mother Count. Rowley Mother planting garden down in La Romaine.
Rowley Mother working hard in the sun and rain.
Rowley Mother working hard in the sun and rain.
If you see this woman, she is nearly done. But
if you see this woman, she days nearly done.
the hard work she doing, everything for she son.
But it's hard work she doing and everything for she son.
All the pipers thieving and doing what they want.
All the pipers thieving and doing what they want.
Forcing Rowley Mother to take an account.
Forcing Rowley Mother to take an account. So far, this song has told us an elderly woman is working hard to make money as a gardener for her son, and pipers thieving what she growing. So she taking an account.
All the peppers on the tree, Rowley Mother count.
All the peppers on the tree, Rowley Mother count.
All the bygone and the body,
All the bygone and the body,
Rowley Mother count. The planting the cucumber,
the planting, the cucumber,
Rowley Mother count. The pumpkin the zapoka,
the pumpkin, the zaboka,
Rowley Mother count. Even all the okra that bearing every month,
even all the okra that bearing every month.
Rowley Mother, Rowley Mother, Rowley Mother count.
John Prince, you son of a bitch. They should take your ass to court. I hope they take your ass to court. And if they don't take your ass to court, I will find the money to sue you. Where in that whole verse was anybody disrespected? Where? The farmers in this country should be the first to applaud. Predial larceny destroys farmland. Farmers really have to go out and secure their goods on the tree because pipers stealing. This was a country where police had to lock up a man, a farmer, for injecting his zaboka with poison. Or allegedly, because he said he never did, they still lock him up.
Rowley Mother tell Rowley she don't know what to do.
Rowley Mother tell Rowley she don't know what to think.
But what you really didn't know, he was even too.
What she didn't know was he was thieving too.
The boy had been thieving since he was very small.
Apparently he was thieving since he was very small.
Involved in corruption and all kind of bubble.
Involved in corruption and all kind of bubble.
So Rowley Mother decided to do some checking.
Rowley Mother decided to do some checking.
But anytime she checked, things still missing.
Anytime she checked, things still missing.
Sweet potato and cassava, Rowley Mother count.
Sweet potato and cassava, Rowley Mother count.
Broccoli and cauliflower,
Broccoli and cauliflower.
Rowley Mother count. The pawpaw and the mango,
Pawpaw and mango.
Rowley Mother count. Piwa and the tango,
Piwa and tippy tambo.
Rowley Mother count. Even all the passion fruit
even all the passion fruit that bearing every month.
Rolling mother, rolling mother, rolling mother.
Now, I don't want to go any further. There is nothing in that song, nothing to justify what's his title? Chief Executive Officer of the Telecommunications Authority of Trinidad and Tobago. He needs to be fired. He overstepped his authority. The Integrity Commission and the Director of Public Prosecutions, because the Director of Public Prosecutions need to determine if this is misbehavior in public office, because politics and governance is two different things, and you cannot use state machinery to practice politics. That is misbehavior in public office, and it is a serious crime. The Integrity Commission now could decide if there is a financial value to this gentleman, John Prince, to investigate him to see why he would abuse the authority of his office to rob a citizen of this country of his rights. I wrote today, PNM continues its assault on freedom of speech and on the rights of citizens. No such edicts were issued in the past when PNM-friendly Calypsonians were calling on others to kidnap opponents of the PNM. Paul, Your Mother Come, sung by Calypsonian Crazy, was never banned, even though it used practically the same lyric. This attempt to muzzle the chutney culture while giving Calypso free rein is an affront to natural law, challenges equal opportunity of all citizens under the law, and uses the state machinery to promote social division and racial segregation. These office holders are acting ultra vires of their appointments or offices and are politicizing the function of state for political gain and must be rejected with the might of the law. This PNM government has now shown itself to be totalitarian and dictatorial, and the people of this country need to stand against this undemocratic rump before precedent is set that robs the people of long-held freedoms. Simply put, Keith Rowley and the PNM must go. Yeah, another thing. Again, another thing, so you see how long this going on, and we ain't getting it like this before. This used to play on the radio when I was a little boy. Times change. This play on the radio. Listen to this song and tell me what this song say.
When I asked my mother for sixpence to see the giraffe with dimples in his body,
And wrinkles in his ass, my mother for sixpence.
to see the giraffe with dimples in his body,
And wrinkles in his ass, me no questions.
you will hear no lies,
Put down molasses.
will catch no flies. Two little children playing, playing like Mr. Hunt. One jump on the other's back and drop shaking, she country girls, country boys sitting on a rock. Along came a bumblebee and bite him on his cocktails. Ginger ales, 10 cents a glass. If you don't like that, you can kiss my ear. Ask me no questions.
I don't want to go no further. I don't want to go no further. The PNM, the People's National Movement, is the enemy of Trinidad and Tobago. The People's National Movement has destroyed the economy of this country. The People's National Movement has engaged in massive corruption. The current office holder, the current Prime Minister told us that his predecessor for 9 years oversaw the most corrupt government in this nation history. Rowley said that of Manning. Rowley said that of Manning. That when he finally bust the mark in 2009, that he had went to the Prime Minister in 2003.
I went to the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago in August 2003. As a Minister of Government in Trinidad and Tobago, PNM.
This statement that you are hearing is the current Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Keith Christopher Mugabe Sabga-Rowley, discussing his predecessor, Patrick Mervyn Augustus Manning. And I want you to hear, because he's saying this in the Parliament in 2009 when he finally got fired. But he said that he said it in 2003, that for 6 years, he stayed silent. For 6 years, knowing that he was part of a cabinet that he says, I will let you hear his words, that he says is the most corrupt in this nation's history. There was an election between 2003 and 2009, and he helped put that government back into office. This double-tongued hypocrite, this viper, this denizen of deceit, listen to him.
I went to the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago in August 2003 as a Minister of Government in Trinidad and Tobago, PNM Minister, and told him that there was bid rigging taking place in Unicott. What the Commission of Inquiry is looking at is 10 times worse than what happened with the Airport.
What the Commission of Inquiry, the Commission of Inquiry 2009. But all of that was staged after to pull down Manning to get Manning work. This is what you're dealing with. And I want you to open your eyes and wake up. Because if there wasn't a social media, an opportunity for us to have these conversations, the biased and complicit corporate-owned Sabga News Network and Massy Media would be bullshitting you. Would be just giving you PNM propaganda. Would just be giving you PNM bullshit to hold. You don't hear him anymore. When she put out fake news, I had to respond. 5 minutes after PNM's Women's League put out a release saying the Daryl Smith story, among others, was fake news, Daryl Smith himself put out a release saying that it was true, and he blamed his wife. What do you do with that? What do you do with two releases? You are Shelley Das, you are Dominic Kalipasad, you are Golda Bruce, you are Desha Rambajan. You have two releases. Fatah's Brigade saying Daryl Smith didn't leave his wife. He wasn't a beach whale getting CPR from his ex-secretary. Daryl Smith himself says it's true. Now, what do you do when you are an agent of propaganda? What do you say? What does Desha Rambachan say to the camera? Or does she just grin and giggle like the Barbie doll that she is? What does she say? Desha? What do you say, girl? Golda Lee, Kamal Eaton Georges. I know you want to respect yourself, Kamal. You're a fella, I see that. I see the conflict in you, you know. I know you want to be a journalist, and you get trapped in dog shit. You're up to your waist in dog shit. That no matter how you try to wiggle free, what paying your salary is corruption and propaganda. And I see. You're like a reluctant prostitute giving a blowjob. You ain't like what's in your mouth, but you had to take it, because I will pay you. And Kamal, plain talking. 5 minutes after the PNM's Women's League put out a release saying the Daryl Smith story, among others, was fake news, Daryl Smith himself put out a release saying it was true and blamed his wife. These clowns can't even get their story straight. The Fatah's Brigade wants to pretend that Stuart's wife tossing him out of the house didn't happen, waiting for Asha Javid to cover the story that bust first in Ernst & Young. Definitely not fake news. The only fake news in this nation's history to date is Camille's, the same Camille Robinson Regis, leading the Fatah's Brigade. Her explanation of the $140,000 that she tried to smuggle cash into a bank To this day, we know where that money come from. And the Banking Association of Trinidad and Tobago, when they took that money, engaged in whatever criminal activity she got that money from. Because nothing makes sense. And she told the nation, she closed one account, she was fed up with one bank, she go into the next bank. The bankers know, no banker in their right mind will give. I watching somebody posting on Facebook saying he went to get a check cash in First Citizens Bank, and First Citizens say we can't cash checks that high. So First Citizens Bank didn't give Camille Robinson Regis that $140,000. She lied, and she knows she lied. Because any bank manager worth his salt in these times would have said, Camille, we will write you a banker's check. No matter how jackass she jackass, nobody giving you a brown bag with $140,000 in it. They will tell you, the FIU regulations, you will cause yourself some stress. Because this money looking dirty. If you go in there with a FCB check, it clean. Or so we think. But you pull up with $143,000 in cash in a brown bag. And that you dealt with yet. You want to put out talk on people? The only fake news in this nation's history to date is Camille's explanation on where she got the bag of $140,000 cash she tried to smuggle in the bank. And her partner in crime, her leader, around whom she is delighted to wear skirts, Chief PNM Groomer, Catman himself, the Crown Prince of Geometry, author and distributor of the Emailgate attempted parliamentary hijack, and the next jackass who fake newsed that he couldn't recognize his own children, stunted in Kamuto with high-powered rifles. Hundreds of millions in fake oil invoices, Franklin can fake newsed. They knoweth not the man, but all over social media is them and Nazim stunting. Despite the blackest man in the country being a regular at Nazim's home. It seems if anyone knows a thing or two about fake news, is the PNM. But not the way they would have us believe. This government has fallen. It's only a matter of time before they do the honorable thing, if honor still exists among this man, and puts this administration and the people by extension out of its misery.
You will hear no lies. Put down molasses and it will catch no flies. She asks me no questions. You will hear no lies. Put down molasses and it will catch no flies. Two little boys were fighting in a ditch.
One jump on the other back and call him a son of a bishop. Had a dog, a pretty little dog was he. He lent him to a lady to keep her company. Now this little dog was wicked as can be. He jump up on the lady leg and bite she on she. Country boys sitting on a rock, and up came a bumblebee and bite him on his. Where was John Prince? Where was John Prince? Where was for this? Where was the Telecommunications Authority, John Prince? Well, it was John Prince. When you jump out yourself today, John Prince. Which song, Mahalia? Sixpence, that's by Pluto. That around since the 70s. And that used to play on the radio regular. This is Paul, Your Mother Come by Crazy. The truth of the matter is, and I'm playing innocent songs. I could be playing Lick Bottom African by Crow. I could be playing The Time Is Now by Aloes. These people get away with lyrical murder. And there was no telecommunications authority. Trinidad and Tobago has to understand the PNM is a political party. The government is separate and apart from that. The organizations of state do not belong to the PNM. And they can be challenged in a court of law. And we need to challenge this. Now let me stick a pin. Because there really are other big things going on in the country. Big things. This assault on freedom of speech, this needs to be addressed. It needs to be confronted. It needs to be obliterated. It needs to be settled once and for all. Saddam Arawi needs to be given a plane ticket to Iraq. You want to live in a totalitarian, draconian dictatorship? Go in the Middle East, Faris. Go. Where you could change your name every other week. Every other week it was Johnny Sukaran. Now here's Faris Arawi. The nation don't know yet why you have two names. You are a government minister that when they write your name, they write Johnny Sukaran, aka Faris Arawi. Like when they write John Smith, aka Two Fingers, David Singh, aka Gold Teeth, Johnny Sukaran, aka Faris Arawi. Which one is your stump name, Faris? Which one is your stump name? When I tell you I am so sick of the bunch of you, the lot of you, you all have come, you all have fallen on this country like hot bubbling puke. Everything stink, everything slimy, the country, look, it's Christmas time. It's Christmas time, you ought to beg to see lights. Nobody are even celebrating nothing. The entire country sitting down, dumbstruck. Priests, pundits, and imams telling their congregation, pray for the nation. Pray for the nation. My half Arab heritage, there is a saying that says, pray to Allah, but tie your camel. Priests, pundits, and imams, wake your congregations up. This is not time to sit in solemn prayer. This is time for Trinidadians to stand up and join hands, one people under one flag, every creed, every race, every gender, and face this demon. The People's National Movement is a demon horde. There is nothing left for them to do or say. Nothing. There's nothing left. I want to be talking to you tonight about plans, programs, policies, and ideas, but we live in a country where the 1% made up of some of the most criminal people in this country running roughshod over the people of Trinidad and Tobago. I'm still trying to find out. We opening foreign franchises every week that costing raw US dollars. Where our money coming from? You can't get US. Our country, our economy is in the toilet. We are in our 6th quarter of negative growth, while our two major trading partners, the United States and China, are booming. Booming. Their economy is expanding at a phenomenal rate. The entire globe's economy is set to grow by 3.5% by the end of this year. Trinidad and Tobago is in a self-inflicted recession. Understand, this is a recession created to drive the middle class out of business, into bankruptcy, so people with liquid cash could pass and buy up your stuff. This is not time to wait to see Mother Lakshmi, Jesus and Muhammad, peace be upon him, show up. This is the time for us, the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Pray to God, but padlock your slippers. This is Trinidad and Tobago. We are responsible for our country. We. God didn't pick up the Israelites and drop them in the promised land. he let them walk for 40 years. 40 years. There's a reason, there's a lesson. We, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, we are overdue to begin our trek to our promised land. We've been in the wilderness for too long. We've been led by charlatans. We've been taken advantage of, misused, abused, fooled, set apart, divided, turned on each other. This country is not a country that people want to come to. This is a country people are fleeing from. Think about that for a second. A jewel, a tropical jewel paradise. We are the only tropical destination not in the hurricane belt. The nation is blessed with an abundance of everything that you need. But for mismanagement and corruption, you spit a Portugal, a pomsite, or a pawpaw seed in the ground and 3 trees grow. This nation could feed itself and feed its people. It is bubbling over with pitch, oil, and natural gas to make everybody rich. The average Trinidadian don't have to work. I said today, we've spent in the last 10 years enough money, $200 million a day is what we spend, you know. To run this country, we spend, this little postage stamp country, we spend $200 million a day. I want you to understand that $200 million could build one of them 50, 60, 70 story skyscrapers in New York and Canada. We have spent the equivalent of 3,000 skyscrapers. You know we can't fit that in Trinidad. You know we can't fit that in Trinidad, 3,000 skyscrapers, but we spend the money. Spend the money. We spent the money that could have built 200,000 houses. We spent the money that could have built 100 hospitals, 400 schools. We could have a fire station and a police station on every block and still have stunted money. That's the kind of money passed through this country. And there are people still so hijacked in their mind, so enslaved in their thinking, so foolish. Wayne Dyer said, no tree is so foolish as to have branches that fight among themselves. But that is what that's what ruins this paradise. That's what ruins Trinidad and Tobago. Us not standing together. It is too easy for people to find a way to defend what they're doing wrong. And from the moment you get to that point, you've already lost the plot. From the moment you find a way to rationalize wrongdoing, you've lost the plot. You've lost your way. You can't go to church again. You can't be religious anymore. You can't watch your family in the face because you're now you're part of the conspiracy after the fact. You are now defending it. You're driving the getaway car. That's who you are. When you rationalize, you tell yourself rational lies. And that's what you have to do to excuse this behavior. 2018 is a horse of a different color. If you not busy fixing Trinidad and Tobago, I strongly suggest get out. If we're not pulling together to fix it, get out. 20th of January at 3 o'clock, we're having a massive rally in Lange Park, Chaguanas. We chose Chaguanas so that you can get it from anywhere. We're calling on members in Trinidad to make rooms and space available. I could take 4 from Tobago. Put up Tobagonians. Let them come across and stay by you. We're having a massive rally on the 20th of January to celebrate the first anniversary of the Progressive Empowerment Party. One people under one flag. This is your political party. Now tell them Trinidad and Tobago this. Come out, you know. Come out. It's getting harder and harder for me to convince the members that you're all serious too. We could say, fire truck it, all of us. All of us. I could have said, you know what? A year well spent. I had nothing else to do. I had nothing else to do. My business has run itself. So I tried. And I could tell myself I tried. 20th of January. The people have to come out. The people have to stand for this country. You cannot continue to sit down home and think somebody else will fix it. Because if we go quiet, And if we stop, I don't know who else you have to turn to. I don't know who else you have that really has the country's genuine interest and the people's interest at heart. I don't know. You need to come out in your numbers, because we need to start Level Up 2018 starts January 20th. And it's in Lange Park, Shagona. So you need to mark your calendar. You need to plan your business. We need to come together, one people under one flag. Most importantly, we need to send a message to all of these political pretenders that the people of Trinidad and Tobago have mounted a rescue. We've reached enough. We want no more of this. And from that meeting, we will go forward. We will go forward and reclaim our country. Show up in your numbers. Let them know, because the next thing after that is your vote, your consumption, and your labor. The three pillars that hold this country up. You have control of all. Your vote, your consumption, and your labor. Depending on what happens on the 20th of January. It's in your hands now. We've worked almost 24 hours a day for a year. I've put, this is the culmination of about 10 years of politics for me. But I've told Trinidad and Tobago, I have zero interest in any public job. I will do what I can to help. And if you want, and if the people want, I will do the job, no problem. And then, I remember when Patrick Manning made Howard Chinley the Minister of National Security. He said, all you need is common sense. And you know, he didn't lie. He didn't lie. He didn't lie. Parliament have more degrees than a thermometer. Look what they do in the country. The place is a dot. The place is a dot. Understand that. Running Trinidad and Tobago is not this hard. The reason it is this hard, it is set up to fail. It is set up to frustrate you. It is set up for corruption to reign supreme. We will undo it. And we will redo it. But we can't do it without you. And we can't do it divided. All of us have to pull together with one mission. You don't like me. It's not about me. I don't like you. After the mission done, listen, I am a loner. I'm not looking for people to go by their house. I am looking for people to come by mine. I am a guy, I stay to myself, and I'm happy and I'm content, you know. But for politics, I am happy and content in life, you know. This was never my life's plan, to get involved. My entire family still don't understand. I mean, when I tell you, they still don't understand why I do this. They say to me, this is not for you. I think, and I remember my father told me once, a little boy, to whom much is given, much is expected. And I think that, you know what? We have a shot. We have a shot, we have a chance. If we wake the people up, we fix it. If we can't wake the people up, we fail. Leave it so. I don't need to be haranguing you and twisting your ear with all this information day and night. But the numbers on social media tells me that the people are awoke. It tells me that the people want the change. I am asking you to demonstrate that to the world. The 20th of January 2016, we are running motorcades from the four corners of Trinidad and Tobago that meet in Lange Park, Chaguanas. And we will have entertainment, and we will have guest speakers. We will even have people from overseas, members of the party, speaking to you via big screens and technology and media. And we will be announcing to you our go forward. Reboot the Republic is the name of our manifesto. Undo and redo is the plan. We're going back to the Constitution and fix the justice system, the courts, the police service, health sector, education. We're going back to the Constitution, undo and redo the public service. We will right size and fix every profitable state enterprise. What can't fix, sell. What can't fix, shut down. All non-essential state boards done. All of them special purpose companies done. Regional Health Authority, local government, THA done. All that gone. The way the police service set up now, that gone. All that done. Done. You get a proper running country. You'll get a proper running country. And if that is what you want, if what you want is a proper running country, where nobody ever mind your business, nobody ever care who you sleeping with or who you praying to. You see this bullshit, we specialize, and if somebody say we specialize in the thick of thin things, we focus on trivialities. I don't care who you having sex with. I don't care how much people in your bedroom in the night. I don't care if you trade in your bed for a sex swing. In fact, I encourage you. I don't care who you praying to. You could be praying to who you want. You could be praying to a rock. You find a good-looking German Shepherd and you see God in him. Pray to that. It doesn't matter to me. I don't get in those things. Your life choices, what you wear, how you sound, what you think, not my concern. That should be nobody's concern. And yet, those things dominate us. Problems, we don't focus on those. We don't have programs, plans, policies, ideas, and solutions. Nobody's addressing that. Bacchanal and confusion. Look at Carnival. Every single year since I am alive, they've had the same conversation about all the problems that do with Carnival. It doesn't change. It never changes. Because the idea is not to get a solution, you know. The idea is to distract you with bullshit. For now, this is the Carnival bullshit. Let's go to the Easter bullshit and the school reopening bullshit. And the summertime. Do we have summer? Or is this August holidays? That bullshit. And all the bullshit. And they keep distracting you and bogging you down with bullshit. You turn around 10 years past. And you've accomplished nothing but bullshit. 20th of January. Critical. Critical. The 20th of January. Critical. Let us commit to each other now. This is the last Friday Night Line for 2017. Let us commit to each other now to stand together, one people under one flag. Forget what anybody else is doing. You speak for you. You say, I am standing for Trinidad and Tobago. I will make sure we try, vote ourselves a better country. The solution are so simple, so easy. We could be feeding ourselves in 5 years. We could solve the banking problem in 2. It starts now. Vote them out.
If it is the Chinese now, that change should come about. Just as how you vote them in, vote them out. Register and vote them out. If they can see, vote them out. State your finger and vote them out. Show them no mercy, vote them out. Vote them out with total skull and utter disdain. Let's put our country together again.
I am also calling on Trinidad and Tobago, the women of Trinidad and Tobago, until the Minister of National Security and the Commissioner of Police can announce that they can guarantee your safety. Have nothing to do with any FET and any party. Don't go anywhere where you could become intoxicated either deliberately or accidentally. People are literally getting away with murder. Tonight I was thinking something before we start, and I asked myself, you know, I said, do I leave you on a high note or a somber note? Ladies, this is for you. This is for you. When they hold you, when they separate you from everyone you know, when they isolate you and they have you, when it dawns on you that their intentions are not honorable, and you think of everyone else you just left in the party or chipping down the road, and you think to yourself, surely they will miss me. Surely they'll make a report. Surely they'll mount a search. Yes. But not in time. to prevent what is about to happen. They remove your clothes, not lovingly. This is not making love. Your mind flashes to others who may have been true. You remember names from the news, and it dawns on you that you are probably going to die. You think of loved ones, and your family members, and your friends. You think of the people that you're going to leave behind while you're being violated in the most obscene ways. Tears are running down your face. And through the filter of those tears, you see others waiting for their turn to feast on your broken body, to violate you. This cannot be how your life ends. This cannot be happening to you. You're supposed to be safe. It's not possible that people could do this, and yet they are doing it. Ladies, all it takes is one unsupervised minute, one lapse in judgment. The wolf don't hunt in bright light, you know. The wolf don't hunt in bright light. Women have left fetes, hugging up their man, chipping out the door. People think they're drunk when they're drugged. You can't tell the difference between somebody carrying a drunk woman out the door and somebody carrying a woman drugged beyond her capacity. She's trying to speak, but she's slurring, so it's funny. Because she's drugged, and drugged and drunk looks the same way. And in the madness, all of the people that came together, each of the different people thinking you are with somebody else. So nobody missing you yet. It's only when they reach home the next day and everybody start to call one another and say, hey boy, last night was good, we had a good time, and boy, yeah. Post on Facebook and Instagram. But where's Cheryl? Where Lisa? Where Mary? People send out WhatsApp, hey girl, like you're sleeping it off. Lunchtime, you were supposed to meet with somebody to go for lunch, and she vexed, and she calling up your phone, and she leaving messages. What the hell happened to you? We were supposed to meet. By the afternoon of the next day, all of the people who thought you were with someone else, they start to call each other, and then they realize that you are with nobody, and that you're unaccounted for. You're dead a day already. You're already dead a day now. When it dawns on people that you're missing. And then the conversation starts. She gone with she man. She find a man in the party and run away with he. She horning. She went for parang. Little jokes all over Facebook while people trying to post, have you all seen my friend? This is how it happens. Ladies, I am saying to you again, unless the Prime Minister, the Commissioner of Police, and the Minister of National Security can guarantee your safety, have nothing to do with Carnival 2018. Because that could be your story. 10,000 people coming outside Soca Monarch and you go missing. Outside Machel, you go missing. Outside UEFET, you go missing. You go missing. A lot of people go missing in Trinidad and Tobago. It takes a while for people to dawn on people that you're missing. And by the time they realize that you're missing, it's too late for you. Don't let this be your story. You deserve the right. Somebody tell me today, women don't need a next man wagging his finger at the camera telling them what to do. You're right. You couldn't be more right. I am out of place. Women have the right to strip naked and walk down the road, and no man must molest her. I agree. I am a strong proponent for public nudity. Walk where you want to walk naked. Nobody is supposed to touch you. But this is Trinidad and Tobago. So I'm wagging my finger for that. Because in Trinidad and Tobago, there are many different reasons. You hear the criminologists and psychologists and all the ologists telling you, this is the reason why and that is the reason why. But that doesn't help you when you're being violated. All of these social ills and problems that they want to highlight, you've moved from person to victim. You're no longer part of the conversation. You've been violated and killed. You know a statistic. You go now to the chart of when they go find who do this. Justice in the country is shit, where the police. All of that. All of that. All of that to flow. And it still didn't save you. Ladies, women, girls, trust me when I tell you, there is no pack or group big enough that you can move with that could guarantee your safety. Not one. I am exhausted saying this, but I want you to hear me and hear me well. Take selfish responsibility for your own personal survival. This is not just about safety, but survival. This carnival coming here, to everybody involved in carnival, everybody who's sponsoring the banners and putting out the speakers and building the stage and booking the venue and sending out the invites and calling out the advertising, all of them is a business. All of them on money. The security guard, the security dogs, the parking attendant, Stag, B-Mobile, Digicel, Carib, everybody sponsoring all the banners, calling you out, fet. All of them on money. None of them care about you. You're a ticket. You have money in the bank, that's all. Stamp your ticket and go in the Fed. That's just all they care about you. The Minister of National Security and the Commissioner of Police and the Prime Minister needs to publicly guarantee your safety. And if they do not do that, boycott Carnival. And I want to tell you something. Stop buying FET tickets. Do not list yourself. Do not book it. Don't have one foot in and one foot out. It doesn't work so. Send a very clear message. You see, if the carnival start to collapse, it will wake this country up. Because people feel that Trinidadians stupid for carnival. And we need to show them that that is not so. They have no amount of beads and feathers and how nice your breasts and your ass looking to save you if you get trapped. I want you to hear what I am saying. This is a different country now. The rights that you think you have, when somebody grab your hand and you feel that strength, and you say, hey, and they cover your mouth, you realize right there and then, the rights that you thought you had, you don't have. Protect yourself. Do not let this be the last thing you think about. Protect yourself. Send a clear message to the government and the promoters and everybody who is a stakeholder in Carnival. If they don't convene a public symposium on security for masqueraders and partygoers, boycott everything. Wait until you hear the Prime Minister say, we guarantee your safety. And I'll tell you why. Because if he fails, and if one of you go missing, and if one of you get killed, he's responsible. Him, the Minister of National Security, Commissioner of Police. And they could do it, you know. They could do it. If they wanted, they could guarantee your safety. But you take your life for granted, so they take it so too. Collateral damage. To this day, poor little Asami, who they found amid the carnival litter, they found her dead body. How easily that could have been you. This is as straight as I could tell you. If you care about yourself, if you care about your loved ones, send a message. Masqueraders, fete goers, shut it down until the government and the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service says unequivocally that they guarantee your safety. Until then, not a man. Bust all. Bust every single fact. Do not put yourself in danger for a next man profit. This is serious, serious talk. And if we could come away from this conversation with one thing, it is this. Tell everybody you know. Change Carnival 2018. Put them on notice. Withdraw. Say, I don't know what you doing, but my personal safety requires that I step back. I will listen to the music in the gym, and I will listen to it in my car. But I'm not going in no night fete, and I ain't going in no band, and I'm not putting myself in any place where I could be drunken or drugged and taken advantage of. Take your personal safety seriously. I want you to remember that I said that tonight. Yes? So, that's it for me for tonight. Sorry that it was such a somber note, but today, I don't even know, we don't even know yet, who is this woman that they found in Petrochin Forest. And at some point, people are going to grieve. At some point, they're going to find out that's their person. And the crying going to start. And the bawling going to start. Look, that person, I wish she rest in peace. I have no stories for her. I don't care. And you see all the people who want to say, but she went with this man, so she looked for that. That is bullshit. That is con artist thinking. That is slave mentality. Nobody looks for that. Everybody has a right to life. Nobody have a right to take your life, no matter who you are. Like when they talk about that girl and she husband and the man and the child and they get away and she should have known and they should have known. All of that is bullshit. All of that is bullshit. Those people, rest in peace. Rest in peace. We as a nation, we failed you. We failed. But I will know that I have done everything that I could to ring the alarm and spread the word that until that they can guarantee your personal safety, have nothing to do with Carnival. That is my strongest advice to you. Stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.